We need so much Bitcoin education, but the best way to do it is when people are having fun. So here you go.
Thanks a lot. First, I would just like to mention thanks a lot to Galloy and all the people that are supporting the event. Without them, we would not be here. So I'm here to speak to you about the power of gamified microlearning and the reason why I think Bitcoin education right now is fundamentally flawed and it's very slow, and there's a way to come around this. First of all, who am I? I'm from Belgium. I've created multiple companies in the past. Most of them have failed, except one of them, which was acquired in 2021. And now I'm working on Yzer full-time, which is a gamified Bitcoin and money education app. It's like Duolingo, if you guys heard of it, with like stat rewards. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically like bite-sized education, highly visual, fun, and users earn stats as they learn through the app. So the problem that no one really values is, like, we keep on hearing at every conference, Bitcoin education is key to adoption, right? Like, it's becoming slowly like an echo chamber, but no one really explains how to educate, right? Like, we're seeing great presentations from many people, but no one's really explaining, is it really working? Like, are you literally orange pilling people at scale, or is it just like slowly like a grassroots movement? But before we go and speak about financial education, we need to set the context, right? First is that financial literacy sucks worldwide. Here you can see on the map, on average, adults, like 33% of adults worldwide have low financial literacy. And on the map, you can see dark blue corresponds to like 50% penetration rate, and the light blue corresponds to around 0 to 24%. The next thing we need to speak about is like demographics. On the right side, more than 50% of adults don't even understand concepts of interest rates, inflation, risk diversification. And the chart on the left shows that women are actually lacking, right? Like, they are falling behind other men in financial literacy. And especially in the Bitcoin space, we know that where are all the women, right? It's mostly dudes in here. Another thing that's important to note is that COVID-19 changed everything, right? Here's a chart from Google Trends. The term financial education has slowly been increasing since May of 2021. So it's not just Bitcoiners that really want to financially empower themselves, it's actually the whole world, right? Like, we are slowly understanding what money is, but people don't have a way to educate themselves. Not everyone also is in the Bitcoin or crypto space to buy a Lambo, right? Here, the chart on the right is these are two surveys from the Boston Consulting Group. Most people are trying to build financial wealth for financial security, actually, and to support their families. And the chart on the left shows that they don't have any vehicle to get to that next step, right? They are not happy with stocks, they're not happy with equities, they're not happy with real estate investments. So what's the solution? Obviously, we all know that Bitcoin is a catalyst, right? Like, fix the money, fix the world. So chart on the left shows that the number one reason why people are not investing in Bitcoin or actually even like learning about it is because they don't understand it, right? And they're not taking the initiative to learn about it. And the chart on the right is from Jack Dorsey, and he released a report that shows that Bitcoin actually feeds into not only the optimism, but it also feeds into the participation of the network. So let's circle back to the problem that I was talking about, right? What is wrong with Bitcoin education today? First is that there's fantastic bottom-up approach that's working right now, right? So on the left side, you have the Me Premier Bitcoin team. Shout out to John, Jonathan, and Adam. They're doing a fantastic job in educating schools from a bottom-up approach. There are also tons of other educators out there, Scott Lindbergh and Tali from Huddle Up, who are gamifying board games and teaching people through that. There's also Hector and from the Rhino team. Like on the right, we have Giacomo Zucco and Roxy, who are doing the Plan B network in Lugano. But these efforts are fantastic, and we need them for sure, because they work. But it doesn't scale. It's not fast enough. And the other thing is that besides the people in the conference, do people really want to sit in a classroom setting and learn again about like Bitcoin like they were in school? They have full-time jobs, they have family commitments, they don't have the time for this. So that's the bottom up approach. Let's look at top down. this is terrible right now. First of all, if you're searching for Bitcoin, right, there's an information overload. You go on YouTube, tons of videos. Who do you watch? Every creator has their own agenda. Some things are sponsored. What do you even learn first, right? Like, do you learn this first, or do you learn proof of work first, or do you learn about money? There's no set journey. Second, so there's no guided structure, and there's no set curriculum how people should learn. Third is that there's not enough time as well. This is kind of what I was alluding to before, is that people just don't have the time. Like, think about it. We are all here because we have high intent, right? We came here because we read the Bitcoin Standard. We are watching all these YouTube videos. We are on Twitter. But the people outside this conference don't have this time. And they have all heard about Bitcoin. Trust me, they have. But they're not here. So there's a reason why. And finally, is that digital education is not social, right? It's all done in silos. We need community. When we were all in school, we were in a community. We were learning from each other. But online, there's nobody. There's like Discord and there's like online communities, but that's not enough. So what we need to do for hyper-Bitcoinization is we need to expand the space. We need new people to come into the space. We need to stop catering to the egos of everyone in the space itself. So we need to fix the top-down approach to get massive scale. So I've created the Yzer app. It's what you see over here. It's like Duolingo, so it's very gamified and fun. On the left are a bunch of different topics. We are Bitcoin only. So you can start from the basics, go on to the fundamentals, wallets and security. You can also go very advanced if you want to learn about like BitVM, side chains, drive chains, all that jazz. You read a class, which is like 2 to 3 minutes, highly visual, and it's designed to do on the go. So most of our users are using this app on their way to work in the middle of their lunch breaks. And finally, in the end, is a quiz to reinforce what you learned. And if you pass a quiz, you might unlock a loot box, which rewards you with a small number of sats. So how I know this is working is because we have orange-pilled 11,500 people in less than 5 months. We're a new company. We launched the app in May. And without paying, no paid ads, nothing, we came in the Financial Times in India, right there, as one of the top 6 financial literacy apps. It was great to see Bitcoin on like a mainstream newspaper. And here's some tweets for some that we found online saying that our app is much more informative than like UC Berkeley. So our app is designed not only for beginners, but it's also for people that are already in the space. But, thanks. So how I know this model works is a couple of reasons, right? First is that people prefer to learn on the go. 65% of the people that we sent the survey to said that they prefer to learn on the go. And the second is, dude, like there's so many financial influencers now, right? Like you go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, people are just giving tips and tricks on how to make money. So people are really understanding that they want to learn how to financially empower themselves, right? So the reason why gamification is key is like, when we are shifting from a fiat mindset, right, we need to educate people in that mindset and pull them out towards a Bitcoin low time preference mindset. So content is key, first of all, right? Like all the content in the Yzer app is high quality, high depth, and all in one place. You don't need to go anywhere else at all to learn about like Bitcoin or the innovations that are happening in Bitcoin, such as liquid, RGB, etc. Second is personalization. This is something that Bitcoiners are missing all the time. When we are trying to orange pill people, we're orange pilling them in the same way that we got orange pilled. No, like people care about Bitcoin in other ways, right? Like one of the co-founders is Sanjana. She's a woman. She doesn't care about the technicals. She doesn't care about decentralization or like what she cares about is the socioeconomic reasons why like Bitcoin matters to her. That's how she got orange pilled. So by having a gamified approach that's digital, you are able to personalize the approach and personalize the learning journey, which is what we're launching next year. So you come to the app. You will answer a few questions, where you're from, what you're doing, what you're interested in, what's your level, and accordingly, the learning journey is going to be customized to what you want to learn about. Third is the micro rewards. You can go on YouTube, you can go on Twitter, you're not going to earn anything, you're just going to get great knowledge. But if you incentivize people with small amounts of sats, even if it's like 5 sats, they're incentivized to go even further, so they won't drop off early on. They will actually learn Bitcoin from A to Z. And the last is the social elements of the app, right? Like we have a leaderboard, people can communicate with each other, they can make new friends within the app itself. But my product is also not the solution. What we need is a combination of both. We need both the top-down approach and the bottom-up approach, because together is how we're going to orange pill people at scale. Here's an example. Randomly, this guy, his name is Felix, in Kenya, he reached out to us because there was a bug in the app. And what I found out after speaking to him was that he's using the My Primer Bitcoin curriculum over there and using the Yzer app as like a homework activity so people can reinforce their language, right? And they go to the Yzer app to even go even more advanced topics that are not there in the My Primer curriculum, such as financial literacy, learning about inflation, who the hell is Jerome Powell, what is the Federal Reserve. So what I've created is essentially the ultimate orange pilling tool, right? It's a great way to get people into the space and then let them discover how Bitcoin matters to them. So there are a couple of ways to get involved with Yzer. This is the website, yzer.io. You can find the links to the app over there, or you can just search it on the App Store. This is our email address. What our goal is to orange pill 1 million people before Bitcoin reaches 1 million people, 1 million in US dollars. And if you are an educator, if you are working for a Bitcoin company, if you are just a nobody that wants to get a crack at the space, reach out to us. We will find a way to get you involved in Yzer. Like, what I'm seeing also in the space is like, I'm seeing fantastic infrastructure projects being built, right? But there are no users. Where are the users? The users are not in this conference. The users are outside. So reach out to us to see how we can work with you. I would love to make some big announcements today, but unfortunately there are a lot of things that are in the works. But you'll probably read about it soon in Bitcoin Magazine and whatnot. So find me. I'm here till the end of the day. Then, unfortunately, I have to fly out. Cannot stay till El Zonte. Just a lot of conferences to come. And orange pilling starts over here. And if you want to do it at scale, we have to do it fast, right? Like, the ETF is around the corner. Look how fast that happened, right? From last year, no one's even speaking about it, to now, there were rumors just a few months ago that was already approved. We cannot let people take advantage of the network and create paper Bitcoin, right? We need more people. We need them to understand what money really is and why Bitcoin is the next big thing. Thank you.